steer clear of all these sufferings. So this is at the physical level. And then later Krishna also says, again, 5 factors which lead to, the hate that created by these 5 factors: ahankara, balam, darpam, kamam, krodham cha samshritaha, mam atma para deheshu. So again, here also deha is used. These 5 factors, we compare, contrast ourselves with our embodied existence with the other's embodied existence. Ahankara, ego; balam, oh, I am powerful, and the other is weak, or I am weak. So that is a superiority complex. Inferiority complex is I am weak, the other person is powerful. And then the darpa means arrogance. See, I am capable in this, I am capable in that, you are kind of inferior to me. And then kama and krodha, anger and desire. So these are the 5 factors which create a rift between individuals. So atma paradeheshu. So though previously everyone is endowed with that divinity, but these are the 5 factors which cover the fact that, oh, I am interacting with another divinity. That thought does not come, because there is a wheel of ahankara, bala, darpa, kama, krodha, and hence there is a pradvishantaha abhyasuyakaha. This leads to hate, and there is a lot of suffering. So these 5 factors are the ones which cause the suffering. Also, you can see in the very first chapter that Arjuna says, this is one of the very popular shlokas: Drishtvaemam swajanam Krishna yuyutsum samupasthitam sidanti mamagatrani. My body is full of pain. Mukhancha parishushyati. The mouth has gone dry. Vepathuscha sharire me. I am trembling. There is a trembling in the body. Roma harshascha jayate. The hair is standing on its end. So in this way, there is a lot of suffering at the physical body. Such Arjuna, who is called as a Sabyasachi, who is called as a Mahabahu, means Sabyasachi means the one who can shoot arrows with both his hands, and then who is also called as a repeatedly Mahabahu by Krishna, the most powerful shoulders, the one who possesses, he is trembling. His body is becoming weak. And so such a trouble, what is the cause for this physical weakness? The cause is that he has having a lack of clarity, shifting priorities. Oh, initially he thought, yes, this is a dharma yuddha that I have to do. Then suddenly when he sees his relatives, that priority is lost, that clarity is lost. And so what happens? Whatever is the infirmity at the level of mind, lack of clarity, lack of commitment, lack of understanding, that manifests in the body. So hence the body is affected by the state of the mind, lack of clarity of purpose of life. It will adversely affect the physical existence, as exhibited by Arjuna himself in the first shloka. In Yoga Vasishtha also, Rama experiences the same thing, where initially before the conversation starts, the same is the status of Rama in Yoga Vasishtha in our life also. So when there is, so this is called as a adhija vyadhi, means psychosomatic illnesses. So whatever is the weakness in the mind, that will influence adversely the body. So practices like yoga, etc., so they keep the mind less agitated, less prone to lack of clarity, less prone to absence of clarity, etc., keeps the mind balanced, so that there is no psychosomatic stress-induced illnesses are not there. So hence, lack of clarity is another reason for suffering in the body. And then of course, Krishna says there are 3 major factors. This is again a unique contribution of Bhagavad Gita. Sattvam rajas tamayiti gunah prakriti sambhavaha nibadhanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. The workings of sattva, rajas, tamas, all these are there. Knowledge, and then kind of restlessness, and then inertia, all these. You may ask how knowledge can create kind of bondage. So some people are obsessive. So now sometimes what happens, we go to a doctor prescribes a medicine. I Google it about its efficiency, efficacy, whether this is good or not. So over reading about it, though it is knowledge only, but ultimately this leads to trouble only. So hence there needs to be a level of shraddha, and then we just take it. So hence too much of knowledge, too much of restlessness, too much of dormant nature, so that also creates a trouble. So these are the beautiful diagrams. I'm just giving you a hint. There are so many other indications that are presented in the Bhagavad Gita. What causes bodily suffering, and also leads to a general sense of suffering. Okay, so the nature of body we saw, and then in a overview we saw what are all the causes of suffering. Now, does Krishna speak anything about well-being? See, these days people are there to highlight all troubles. When people sit in a coffee shop or a tea shop, what do they speak? Oh, the country is full of corruption, people are bad, nothing is good, good for nothing. All that they discuss. But what finally happens out of it, of those conversations? Are they of any use? Any useful concrete suggestions do they come out? No, it's just a gossip where everyone wastes time. Is Krishna's approach that way? No. It's a thorough approach. Not only does he help us understand the nature of body, what are all the ones which causes the trouble in the body, and he also suggests what are all the things that are to be done towards well-being, physical well-being, and through that the other layers, well-being of other layers are also taken care of. So for physical well-being, what Krishna says, first, the body is called as Annamaya Kosha. Just to take care of your food. What food goes in, please be aware of it. This is one of the most practical suggestion one can give. So if one takes care of the food properly, what food I eat? I don't eat food for my friends. Oh, my friends took me to this shop and they were eating, so I also was forced to eat. No, it is your body, and it is your prerogative to protect your body. So under no peer pressure we should give in. We should not decide, so others should not decide what food I eat. It is I, based on my own prakriti, my own nature, my own susceptibilities and my own constitution, I have to decide what food is. So Krishna helps in categorizing food as a Sattvika, Rajasika and Tamasika. Ayush Sattva Bala Arogya Sukha Priti Vivardhanaha Kasya Snigdha Sthira Hridya Ahara Sattvika Priyaha. So that which increases life, purity, strength, health, joy and cheerfulness, which are savory and oleaginous, so and substantial and agreeable. So you can read about, I'm not going into each of this. If I take it up, it will take the whole session. So in 17th chapter, slokas 8 to 10, speak about what is the kind of food which is to be taken, that is Sattvika food, Rajasic and Tamasic, bitter, sour, saline, excessively hot, pungent, dry, burning, or Rajasic, and they finally produce pain, grief, suffering. I should not have eaten that samosa. I should not have eaten that pani puri. I should not have eaten, what is that? They say shawarma. That's what currently people are eating. So that is the latest import. So hence, that should not be the case. So we should understand the nature. Of course, the tasteless, putrid, rotten, refuse, impure foods, these are tamasic in nature. So start with your food, because this is Annamaya Kosha. Start with this food, then it will be taken care of. Not only food, Yuktahara, Viharasya, Yukta Cheshtasya Karmasu, Yukta Swapnavabodhasya, Yogo Bhavati Duktaha. In 6th chapter, Krishna also says, what is your exercise habit? That is Vihara. Not only Ahara, rhyming to Ahara is Vihara. What is your exercise habit? What is your Vyavahara? Means how do you transact with others? So that is also very important. So was my transactions with others based on Kama, Krodha, etc.? Do you have a journal at night when you go to bed, or at least at the end of the week? Do you write about your communications with others? What raga, what dvesha was expressed? So, and of course, sleep. Sleep is the most disturbed thing in our current day life. So sleep should also be, and not excess, not less. So that is also mentioned about Krishna for well-being. And then of course, I sleep well, I eat well, etc. But I should also exercise. So that is also indicated in the context of Dhyana Yoga. Samankaya Shirogrivam Dharayan Achalam Stiraha Sampreksha Nasikagram Swam Dishashchana Valoke. Though this is stated in the context of Dhyana, suddenly during Dhyana alone, if I keep my back straight, neck straight, head straight, that is not enough. At all times, I should maintain such a posture, which is a sthira and a sukha. That will not lead to any further trouble. So if the body is stable, then what happens is arogyam, angalaghavam. In Hatha Yoga Pradipika, asanam leads to arogyam, angalaghavam. It leads to kind of good immunity and then lightness of the body. If you ask someone who is sitting on the ground to get up, hold this, hold that, with great difficulty they get up, because they feel their own body as very heavy. Anga Gauravam is there. Very, very heaviness of the body. Why does that heaviness come? There is no regulation over food, no exercise habit, no proper transaction, no sleep, proper sleep. So if all these are addressed and the body is also kept in the right position, then naturally Arogyam, Angalaghavam, all this will come about. So that the physical wellness, Krishna speaks about it. And of course, some amount of silence and meditation using the body is also needed. Vivikta Sevi. It is not that at all times we should be with our friends. Vivikta Sevi. Some solitude we have to maintain. This is my journey. This is my Sharira Yatra. So I should be with my body. And then, so when you do asana on a mat, you will be with yourself. Many a times we are outgoing, we try to connect with everyone. This is my life. I should connect with myself in the practice of asana, etc. and experience some amount of solitude. Lagvashi. Lagvashi has two meanings, eating light and eating quick. Laghu kshipram aramdrutam. If you see, some people sit before their plate and then they watch the TV and they take forever to complete. What will happen? The Laghu Ahara becomes Guru Ahara. According to Ayurveda also, the food that is served hot and steaming has to be immediately consumed. That's when it will get easily digested. If you keep the food on the plate, eat morsel by morsel and taking time forever, then the same freshly prepared food also becomes Guru and becomes very difficult to digest. So Lagvashi has two meanings. And of course, regulation on speech, regulation of the body, and regulation of the thoughts. That should also be done as part of our embodied existence. Dhyana Yoga Paro Nityam. And in some meditation also we have to engage ourselves in Vairagyam Samupashritaha. Some detachment. So we buy this cloth, that festival season is coming. So we accumulate more and more. What can we do more to embellish this body? That's how we think in this festival season. Can we think, what can I let go? What can I give to others? So as we give more, happiness also increases more. So Vairagyam is also essential for the overall well-being of the body. And finally, and what we need to do is, and just wrapping up my talk, so what finally we need to do is, along with this, as was mentioned in the 5th point about the nature of the body, where this is not a body, it's not all about yourself. There is a divinity within. So what we need to cultivate is Tasmat Pranamya Pranidhaya Kayam. So the body has to surrender. The body has to salute. So this kind of saluting to the divinity. The body is also there as a tool, as Arjuna himself, Krishna himself later says that Nimittamatram Bhavasabhya Sachin, be a nimitta, be the tool for a divine purpose. So Pranamya Pranidhaya Kayam, I salute. Arjuna himself says, I lay prostrate before the divinity. Pranamya Pranidhaya Kayam Prasadaye Tvam Aham Isha Vidyam. So we have to focus on our higher divine nature, whether if we are capable to turn inwards and see the pure conscious nature within, or we have to connect with the divinity outside in the temples and such other activity. Involve ourselves in the bhakti bhava. In what way we can connect with the divinity? In any bhava that you have, you can connect with the divinity. Piteva putrasya, in the same shloka. Piteva putrasya, we can have a relationship with the God as a father, he being the father and we being the son or daughter. Sakheva Sakhyu. We can develop that relationship just like friends. So he is just like Arjuna and Krishna had, like friends. And then Priya Priyayarhasi, like the beloved. So in this way, Deva Sodhum. So in this way we can develop Bharatiyar. So he saw Kannamma. So he saw Krishna in various forms. He saw Krishna in the form of a child. He saw Krishna in the form of his consort. So various bhavas are there. And even in our Shastra, we can see a teacher-student relationship. We are in a college where we are discussing about the greatness of Bhagavad Gita. I'll just narrate one kind of anecdote and finish off. So there was one Ramananda sannyasi in Ayodhya. So where what happens is that while so many people come to Ayodhya to have the darshan of Ram Lalla, now we have got the temple again. So previously, many hundreds of years ago, so there used to be the Rama temple, Hanuman temple, Sarayu Nadi, all that was there. So people used to go to that place and visit all those places. Sita ki Rasoi, Hanuman Gadi, all those places are there. So people used to go, sannyasis especially, they come there, they visit all these places, spend their time happily. While so many sannyasis are outgoing in this way, seeing various places, there was one sannyasi. In the Ramananda tradition, he had a hut. And then he goes to Sarayu in the morning, takes bath, does some diksha, and then comes back, and he never leaves his hut. So what happens is, and he has some book before him, always studies the book constantly. So all the other sannyasis who came with him, so they happily are moving around, doing the various satsanga, doing bhajan, visiting temple from temple, all these things they are doing. Their one companion always stays in the hut. His movement is very restricted. He's always sitting before the book. Then they somehow try to drag him. Hey, after coming to Ayodhya, you have to go to all these temples and visit all these places. Why are you sitting, confining yourself only into this kind of place? You should come. And he says, no, I should not come out. If I come out, there will be a lot of problem. He says, no. They finally drag him to the Ram Darbar. Ram Darbar means such a temple where Rama and Sita are situated. In the Vigraha, Rama and Sita are situated, and then Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrughna are all behind him. So such is the Ram Darbar scene. So that is depicted in one of the temples. So they drag him to that temple. So Rama is seated in the Simhasana. When this sannyasi enters into the temple, then suddenly the Rama Vigraha, which is seated, comes to a standing position. So everyone is dumbstruck. Why this happened? So then he has to say that my sadhana, my connect with the divinity is that I assume myself as the Vasishtha. In Yoga Vasishtha is the Guru, and then Rama is the Shishya. So I kind of visualize myself as Vasishtha, and I have this Yoga Vasishtha, and I visualize that Rama is sitting before me as a student, and then I am teaching him. This is the Bhakti Bhava. This is the Bhava in which I am connecting with Rama. So you may see Rama as a Ram Lalla or Kodanda Rama and so on and so forth. I visualize, I connect with Rama as a student. So hence, this Bhakti Bhava is very essential. So in this teacher-student community, so this is very interesting dimension. My body is offered to this Pranamya Pranidhaya Kayam. So in whatever way, so in the current context of education, so I as a teacher, I see all the students as Ramas. So I can, means taking cue from this. So such a bhakti, if it is there, then what wonder will be there in the educational outcomes. So hence, so this will again lead to a sense of peace, a sense of happiness for oneself and also to the others. So these are all the wonderful insights that you find. So this is just one idea, just taking the concept of body, how Krishna systematically mentions or gives so many ideas about physical well-being. In the short duration, I could give only highlights. There is Karma Yoga, elaborations on Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Jnana Yoga. More and more are there in Bhagavad Gita. This is just a pinhole view. Just like peeping into the room, the door is locked, where you just have the keyhole. You are just peeping into the room through the keyhole. So these are all the potentials that Bhagavad Gita has. Just to close my talk, so how we need to engage with Bhagavad Gita. He says, slowly and gradually, as we engage more and more with Bhagavad Gita, slowly and gradually, the human soul rises up and up, step after step, from gross to fine, from fine to the finer, until it reaches the absolute, the goal. That is what is in the Gita. So what we started here is only the gross, the body level. So we have to move to the fine, to the finer, and absolute has to be reached. So Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapyavaram, Nibodhata. So that is the tool, that is the potential that Bhagavad Gita has, and that is how we have to engage with Bhagavad Gita. And this Bhagavad Gita club, which is very, very insightfully commenced in Sita Lakshmi Ramaswamy College, will attain this absolute goal by commencing engaging with Bhagavad Gita in a gainful manner. I have no doubt about it. So with these words,